I'm here. I don't know how I made it here, but I'm here. We'll wait till y'all get here. Whoa, that was unnecessary. That was unnecessary. Hello. Hi, Fairy. You know what? You're the first one in the room every time. I love that. Um, I don't know why I get this white mess up my nose. Sounds like that sounded bad. That one.
It really did.
That sounded
really
bad.
did.
It sounded bad. Cameron even thinks it sounded bad.
Yeah, like
anyway.
since you've been first every single life, you should get something.
Right. Cameron seems to think. I don't know.
I'm the man with ideas. Remember that.
You know what? I think that's a great idea. I think that's a great idea. So Fairy, email me and put in the subject line email relationship reinvent VENT @gmail.com. Do that, and I've got something for you. Hello. Hey, do we have you scheduled finally? Please say yeah. Please say yeah. Oh man, I need glasses. I got them. No worries. No worries, I got them.
The magic blue glasses.
Mrs. Clark reads to you. Hi. Um, I'm curious if I have Megan scheduled. So you tell me if I do. Say yes or no. And if no, we're gonna do that to now. To now. To now. Are you free to now? It's another one of my words. All right, let's get these on. Do I look like Mrs. Beasley? You remember the Mrs. Beasley doll? I had one. I loved her. She's great. She had glasses like this, but they were black rimmed. Mrs. Beasley. You pulled this string and she said something. She's an older lady, blue and white outfit. Mrs. Beasley, look her up. I had one. I loved her. Hello. Hello. So before everybody gets here and starts asking questions, I got new ink today. It's not finished. I'm working on my twin flame tattoos. So we got some fire going. We got those faces going. And if you look, that's coming out of her mouth. And the blue, where's he? See, I get confused. I don't know where he's at. I get confused. Where's his face? It's weird. Anyway, I'll find it. There's two faces there. I just don't know where. But they'll come up with the rest of the coloring. With the rest of the coloring, it'll pop out. I know. And Lee's name is right here, and that'll pop out too a little bit. So we got some twin flame things happening here. That's what's going on. So I'm a little sore. Yeah, a little sore today. But today is National Tattoo Day. So if you haven't, you won't. It's too late. I mean, it's not too late, but it's unlikely you're going to get an appointment. I mean, unless you walk in and say, hey, it's National Tattoo Day, and that's it. Not yet, but it's okay. There's absolutely no rush. Lee did Amy on me to schedule it. I couldn't do it this morning. Okay. As long as you've been contacted. That's important. So you got one too? Yay! National Tattoo Day. We are celebrating. Big Mike's here. Big Mike's here for everybody to love on. Hi, Big Mike. Big Mike's here. I love you too, buddy. Okay, can I do this? Thank you. Yeah. So I love you too, buddy. He's an old guy. All right, Mike. Do something. Thank you. Um so what I've been talking about for the past week or so is stuck energy. And I'm super passionate about it. And um yes, Fairy. Don't forget to email me. Um you know, if you've had a connection or a twin flame and you are having waiting issues, you're waiting for something. What are you waiting on? Type of shit. Um, are you waiting on him to or her to? Are you waiting on him or her to say I'm ready? Are you waiting on him or her to what? What are you waiting on? You're waiting on them. I want to know what you're waiting on. Everybody here, tell me what you're waiting on. It could be a payday. It could be Amazon delivery. What are you waiting on right now? Are you waiting on dinner to get there? Are you waiting on a phone call? Are you waiting on a text? What are you waiting on in the moment? What are you waiting on right now? Could be anything. Just throw it out there to me. What you're waiting on. Throw me what you're waiting on. That's important. I want to know. I want to know what everybody in here is waiting on. Um, But for those of you who have that connection and that twin flame who um, doesn't want to be fully in the picture, right? Doesn't want to leave their significant other. Ooh, there's passion in me there. Who doesn't want to, I don't know, leave their state, leave their job, leave their home, leave their wife, leave their husband, leave their kids, leave their finances, all of that. What are you waiting on right now? Put it right here in the comments. What are you waiting on? It could be you're waiting on the sun to set. You're waiting on the vacation coming up. You're waiting on, what are you waiting on? Hi, Ash. Um, that's going to get this conversation started real well. So tell me what you're waiting on in the moment. Could be anything. You're waiting on your food to digest. You're waiting on a doctor's appointment. You're waiting on the doctor to call back. You're waiting on a puppy to get old enough to come home. You're waiting on your car to be fixed. You're waiting on a check to come. What are you waiting on? Everybody waiting on in the moment. Could be anything. What are you waiting on? So this class I'm doing while I'm waiting on you to tell me what you're waiting on. See, I'm sharing my minutes with you. This class I'm doing tomorrow night. Super stoked about it. I'm super excited about it. I'm starting it tomorrow night. Stuck energy. Stuck energy. I'm stuck, Sherry. I'm stuck in this situationship. Stuck in a situationship. I don't know if you guys saw my last live, and it was like a minute because I came on just to say bye because I had to go. But I made these statements at the end of that video, and I'm going to make them again because they're super important for you to hear. And thank you for hitting the like. Just keep hitting the like, keep hitting the like, keep hitting the like, keep hitting the like, and share, please. I'm waiting on money so that I don't have to rely on my ex. Stephanie. Go into look two ways I always usher it in, right? Get in the shower, Don't have any clothes on because you're going to take a shower. Super important. Before or after your actual bathing, set Indian style in that shower. Set Indian style. Let the water just trickle all over you and down into the drain. Any blocks that's keeping that money from, you just envision it going down the drain. Just envision it melting down the drain. Any of those blocks, any of those hindrances, any of those roadblocks that's keeping that money coming to you, let it go down the drain. Visualize that. Super important. I love it. I'm waiting to have prolonged feelings for someone. That conflicts me. And I'm going to tell you why, Ash. Because that someone that you're waiting to have prolonged feelings for should initially be you. You should have feelings, prolonged feelings for yourself. You should be pouring all that love into yourself. The dogs are going to get on my nerves because they haven't eaten. Cameron, can you feed the dogs?
Yes, I can.
Because they're going to be a little jittery. So he's going to go do that so we don't have to worry about the dogs interrupting. Let's see. Let's see what's happening here. Test results for my, the sugar gliders. I love them. I love sugar gliders. I love sugar gliders. Positive energy for positive news. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. You believe that. You believe that. I don't understand what keep having fast burns is. Enlighten me. Waiting on years to pass so I can retire. 3 years to go. Yeah. What are you going to be doing in those 3 years until you retire? What are you going to be doing? What are you going to do in those 3 years that's going to change all those kids' directions? All those kids or adults, I don't know what you teach, lives. What can you do in the next 3 years for you that's going to project out on those kids or adults, whoever you teach? In the usual. You know what? Probably should be in that class tomorrow night. I do for sure, but it's not normal to have a desire for partnership. It is normal. I mean, we all want, I searched for that first. So when I searched for that first, I didn't have problem finding guys. I didn't have a problem finding a boyfriend when I was 13, who I kept till I was 18. And those are pivotal years, right? I didn't have a problem finding a husband after I found this kid cheating on me. I didn't have a problem finding these people, but I was more focused on finding someone else. And I didn't get quality individuals, right? However, I was married for 13 years and did have 3 children. I was also physically abused. So, so my desire to have a relationship with someone was stronger than my desire to have a relationship with myself. And once I found the relationship with myself and I really started to nurture that, and I really started to find that big love in me, guess who showed up? Guess who showed up? There it is. There it is. Guess who showed up? It's weird y'all talking about somebody named Beasley because my ex-neighbor's name was Mr. Beasley and he ended his life there next door. Oh, that's horrible. Sorry to hear that. Wallets. Yeah. I get it. I do get it. I get quality, but I think I end up feeling like I'm going to hurt them even after being honest about having a connection. That fear, it's the fear that's keeping you from having that connection. It's the fear of they're going to think. And the problem is you don't want anybody to think. Nobody should be thinking. Everybody should be feeling, right? Super important. Everybody should be feeling. Um, so waiting, right? We wait on our twin kids to get older, to graduate. We're waiting on him to leave his wife, or we're waiting on her to leave her husband or leave her wife or whatever. Um, we're waiting on financial reasons. We're waiting on some bullshit. Some bullshit is what it is. So in this class tomorrow night, um, we're going to be getting to the nitty gritty of this. And some of you have been waiting for this particular human being for years. Years. I'm telling you, years. Some of you have been waiting for years on an individual to choose you. That's a problem. If you're waiting on someone to choose you, you're not choosing you. You're not choosing yourself. Because if you were choosing yourself, the person you're connected to would have no choice but to choose you. It it's facts, right? Um, Lee couldn't choose me. Lee couldn't choose me. I wasn't even choosing myself at the time. And there was a time when I was, and then I faltered. You know what I mean? I backslid off the love of the self love because um, I found this amazing human being, but he was a heathen, right? He was womanizing all over everywhere. Um, I mean, if I got what I um, was after, but not without all the crap that we went through to get here, right? Um, um, this class tomorrow night, I'm so excited about. I'm excited um, because we are going to have movement in these situations. Those of you who are waiting on someone to choose you, we're going to have movement. We're going to have big movement if you're waiting on someone to choose you for whatever reason, right? What does it look like when you choose yourself? I'm just trying to see what needs to be achieved, right? Um, I didn't know. I didn't know either. I do now, right? I put myself first. Myself, right? I have the love for myself. I get up every morning and do first things first. Things for me, right? What kind of things are those, Sherry? What kind of things do you do for you, right? I get up, I put a face on, I do my hair, I put on something that I feel good in, that I feel confident in, right? I go in my closet, I shut the door, I do a meditation, I light my candles, I adjust my crystals, my rocks. I do myself a card reading every single morning. I take great care of my feet. These are all physical things I'm starting off with. I take great care of my feet. I take good care of my nails. I make sure that I feel good every day. And when I don't feel good, right, I accept that I don't feel good, that I feel physically ill, and I take care of myself. I will rest if my body tells me to rest. I listen to my body. That's important. Listen to your body, right? What's going on up here? We have to love ourselves enough to stop listening to the bullshit. When we stop listening to this and we start listening to this, that self love right there is what's going to open up all the doors. Stop listening to, love yourself enough to stop listening to this, right? Because this talks all the time chatter, 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 chatter. Blah, 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 blah. Well, he, well, she, well, this, well, that. We're different. We're different because we're so spiritually connected, Sherry. We're different. It's not the same as everybody else. I'm connected to a celebrity. I'm connected to a celebrity. He doesn't even know I exist, but I know he does, or I know she does. Like, Sherry, you don't understand. She's a celebrity. I can't, um, I can't get word to her that we are connected. I went back and watched some videos, and me chewing this ice is so annoying. But if I don't chew it, I get dehydrated and I have the worst cramps at night. And I ain't doing it, y'all. I ain't doing this cramps. I went the other night to a concert, to a show with my son and Lee and Ron and our nephew, and we stood in front of the stage in the pouring rain, rain pouring all over us. We played in the rain. It was awesome. And I really felt like at that point that I was having such self love that I was allowing my inner child to just stand there and let the rain pour all over me. I look back at Lee, who's standing back there with an umbrella because he doesn't have any hair and it gets a little cold. And he don't want, whatever. Um, but I played in the rain and I just loved myself enough to do that. I love myself enough to do the things I want to do. I love Lee enough to do the things that he wants to do, right? And we love each other enough to do these things together and with each other. But if I didn't have that self-love, you know what? It would be I would selfishly just do everything for me. And I don't want to go to those car shows. They suck. I don't want to be a part of it. I actually enjoy them. You know what I mean? But I love myself enough to do the things that he wants to do because I love him enough, right? It's um it's so many things. It's going in and pulling out all the ick and looking at it and saying, "Oh yeah, I did that back in 2002." And I'm looking at it and it's ugly and I can't take it back. I can't redo it. I can't fix it, right? Um but I can put it into healing. And I want to put it into healing, right? All these things we got to pull up. Ooh, that trust issue is mine. That is mine. Why do I have that? Um, doing the work, doing the self work, going in and doing your work, right? Why am I so bitchy all the time? Why am I depressed? Why am I sick all the time? All these things, right? Go in, you do the self work, and you just open up all these doors to so many different things. You didn't even know the mansion was there. You just stuck in a shack somewhere. Oh no, here come the questions. I'm in trouble now. Um, Up until I met my twin, I was in a relationship for so long, sometimes more than one at once. I've been trying to focus on my kids as much as I can. It does get lonely sometimes though. Yes, Kelly, it does. Um, I understand that physical loneliness. Um, we all do who have been there, right? Um, I was a single mom for a while, and so I tried to focus on my kids because I didn't have all the love that I have for myself now, right? If you go back and you see some of our former videos, right? And how unhealthy I was and how unhealthy I still am, but I'm getting healthier and healthier and healthier every day, right? Making better choices, taking care of myself, loving myself enough to take care of myself, loving myself enough not to eat that cheeseburger. Maybe I should get a salad or the fish, right? Loving myself enough to be healthy. Um, loving myself first, loving myself first, so I'm able to love my kids more, right? Loving myself enough so I can love my kids more. If you're more focused on your kids, and less focused on you. It sounds selfish, but it's not, right? It sounds selfish, but it's not. Um, your kids see you loving you and loving yourself and doing these things for you. They're going to get older and they're going to love themselves and they're going to do things for them. And it's not going to be selfish, right? It's not going to be selfish. Self love. And you call it that. And you speak to those kids and you tell them, right? You tell them, I love myself enough. Um, I love myself enough that I'm going to go take a 45-minute bath. And then after that, right? After that, I'm going to curl my hair, do whatever. Can I get an hour for me? I need an hour, right? I don't know how old your kids are, but if we can just get an hour, we'll start there, right? And um, then you can move on to different things, doing the work, do it the hard work. Oh, eh, yeah, I said that. Yeah, I did that, right? Um, I promise you, if you really focus more on your self love and what you can do for you, and not if I get my hair pretty, or if I get my makeup on, or if I get my feet pretty, and I'll go out, maybe I'll find a guy, maybe I'll find a girl, maybe I'll do this. The intention's wrong. The intention's wrong. You do you genuinely for you. Genuinely for you. That's important. Genuinely for you. Um, and Kelly, are you guys in union? I'm curious. Crazy thing is, if you don't work on the subconscious stuff, you can't think you're not. Yeah, but you're still waiting in there deep for somewhere. I get that, and that's so true. If you don't work on the subconscious stuff, you can't think you're not waiting. Right. I agree. I agree with that. Hardest struggles I've faced is choosing me first. It gets easier, honey. It gets so much easier once you figure it out. It gets so much easier, right? Um, and the less that you allow negativity to come in, the more positive you become, because all you have is that. Um, Self love without selfishness, right? Um, is easier than it sounds. It's easier than it sounds. Start off with, if you have to start off with material things, not material things, but physical things, like um, making your feet better, making sure that your nails are pretty, whatever it is, making sure that you got a nice shirt on, that you got a clean haircut, that your beard's all nice, right? I'm talking to men too, so I have to add that beard thing in there. Or women, if you have a beard, I do not discriminate, and I will not judge you. Um, but you can start with physical things, right? If you go back and look at our videos, you will see physical changes, and not just me and Lee both. Physical changes. Today is National Tattoo Day. I loved myself enough to make an appointment for today. Hey, Gemma, go do something else. You're laying on the table. Go.
Gemma.
Yeah.
She's looking at
Cameron,
me.
get her. Yeah, there we go.
She was looking at me like I'm crazy.
Right. I don't know where I was. Where was I? Is choosing yourself first. So if you have to start with, this is going to be an odd little analogy. I like to be barefooted. I like to be barefooted, and I make sure that every single day I walk out and I ground myself with the earth, not with the concrete, not with the earth. And when I was growing up, when I was younger, I just had hard, calloused feet. I didn't want to wear sandals because my heels were all crusty and a mess, right? Because I walked around barefooted all the time. And I found out I was diabetic, and your feet are the first to go. I've already lost feeling in most of my toes and the tops of my feet, but I never took care of my feet. I just didn't have a reason to take care of my feet. And now for the past, few years, I've really been taking care of my feet, and it sounds odd, but it feels so good. We pull up so much through our feet. That's why I like to ground myself to the earth. Step in the dirt, step in the grass. It's important. Um, but I feel better. I can wear sandals. I feel better, and I got pudgy feet. My feet are not cute. They're not cute, but they're not calloused. They're not dirty, and my nails aren't a mess. And I feel better about that. And that's sort of kind of where I started. And I just started taking better care of me physically. Today I got a tattoo. I also did a little whitening treatment, right? And those are superficial things, right? But I love to smile, right? And we talk to a lot of people a lot of time. We're getting ready to go on the road. We're getting ready to do some seminars. We're getting ready to do some retreats. We're booking those now. So when I'm speaking, I like to have a white smile. There's nothing wrong with that. It's very superficial. It and that's okay because I love me enough to do it, right? I love me enough to go through, talk about my sexual abuse, talk about that daily to other people. I love me enough to go down there deep and pull up those things that used to hurt my heart to talk about, to pull up that the shame and the guilt that I felt for being abused. I carried that for so long, so much shame. For what? I didn't do anything. I never did anything wrong, right? But it was instilled in me. It was instilled in me. It was instilled in me. But I took a look at it. I pulled it up and took a look at it and looked at it in the face and thought, God, this is ugly. And I don't want you in me anymore, right? All it does is make me ugly. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be bitter. I don't want to be full of shame. I don't want to be full of guilt. I don't want to be full of hate. I don't want to be full of all these negative things. Hey, Mike, can you take that bone into the other room? Why are they bothering us so much? It must be my energy. Ugh. And they ate, so I don't know what the problem is.
They want attention.
Thanks, Mike.
From your mommy.
Go on, honey. I'll get with you. Yeah. Ugh. Hey, how? In that self-love act, do divine feminines need to embrace their masculine side as well by achieving anything? Not too many feet are cute. I agree with that, Andrea. But Olga, in the love act, do divine feminines? Yes, for sure. Look, I am predominantly in my masculine energy. Predominantly, I have a very I'm a leader, right? If I get involved in something, I usually end up semi taking it over without meaning to, right? It's just I'm a leader. I'm a go getter. I'm an entrepreneur. I'll take a cookie and make a business out of it. I'm telling you. I'm really good at it. I even in college, I was like, that's not going to work. This will work, right? And but I agree with you about the feet. But I'm predominantly in my masculine energy, and I had to go in and find my feminine energy, right? I had to go out and I had to again look at why I was predominantly in my masculine energy. It started, right? It started from being the older child and being responsible for my two younger siblings, right? Um, I was even at 9 and 10 years old doing the laundry in the house, cleaning the house. In the summer, I kept my two younger siblings, and um, I would have to make sure that they were clean, they were fed, they were taken care of, and that the house was clean when our parents got home, and that sometimes I would even have dinner out. Like even at a very young age, I had a lot of responsibility, and so I developed those leadership skills and those skills that it took to take care of a family at 9 or 10 years old. And then I was being groomed to be sexually abused. So during that sexual abuse, I built up a lot of walls, and I masked my feminine energy so much. So we do that when we're sexually abused, mask our feminine energy to, I guess, exert power, right? And that um maybe they won't be as attracted to us, right? And it's a toxic mindset, right? Um, so before I knew it, all my feminine energy went out the window, right? I was literally my closet. I even have pictures, right? First of all, you wouldn't catch me dead in a dress, not even dead. I had made sure my family knew never to put me in a dress, never, ever, ever. No dress. And absolutely, positively no pink. And I had a best friend who always joked and she said, I'm going to bury you in a pink ruffled dress, right? And it's a standing joke. Well, it was because it's no more. Because I have a closet full of dresses, right? I have a closet full of sandals, right? Because my feet look, they're pudgy, but they look good. And I'm coming back into my feminine energy once I figured it out, right? Once I wondered where it went and I went down and pulled it out, right? And like I'm finding more and more and more every day that when I'm wearing a dress, then I'm feeling a little bit more feminine. And Lee picks up on that, right? Um, and I'm not so harsh and full of testosterone. No, that's not what we're doing. We're doing this because this is what I want to do and this is my idea. And you can go to hell with your stupid idea. And in all reality, it was probably the same idea, just not the way that I envisioned it. So um, I seem to take a controlling interest when it comes to relationships. In the beginning, I did. I tried to control some things. Y'all know what I did, right? If you saw our YouTube channel, y'all know the kind of masculine decisions that I made that were toxic and that pushed me back for a long time. It was rough. Um, okay, no, we're not. He acknowledges the connection, but we're both doing our own thing. I'm open to dating and would love to be with someone, even if it's not him, but I do wonder subconsciously. I do wonder if I'm subconsciously waiting. I find that I'm often in my masculine energy too. So Kelly, what you need to do is the work to find out why you're predominantly in that masculine energy and where the balance is, right? And if you want a 30-minute with me or Lee, we can hook that up for you and we can help you figure it out for sure. Free 30-minute session. Just email us. Um, my dog likes to bark when I'm in the middle of doing something like meditation stuff. I'll be totally quiet and then he barks. Ugh. I want to tell you what I did last night. So my son had a birthday on Saturday and he was 15. He's 15 now. So we drive 20 minutes. I know it's not far, but 20 minutes to my hometown where I grew up. There's a certain bakery there that has not changed even the paneling since I was a child. Not even the paneling. It smells the same. Every time I walk in the door, I just remember walking in with my dad. It's the same smell. And he would buy us these birthday cakes for our birthday. And subsequently, when we were with our mom, we would want cakes from there too. But sometimes she would, sometimes she wouldn't. But since I've been an adult, I get my birthday cakes from there every year. And now my son is doing that. So we went to go get them. They're so good. And I know that I shouldn't be eating cake, but they're so good. So I bring the cake home. We have the birthday party. Everything's fine. But me and my son are like, we're going to have some cake left over. And this is going to be good. Right?
We're gonna have a fun
We're gonna
time.
have a fun time. And I have a shot that I take on Mondays. It's called Manjaro, and it totally takes my appetite on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. I don't eat much. Thursdays I can eat a little, maybe some corn chips or something. And then Friday it's iffy. I can eat a little bit more. And then Saturday I can eat. Sunday I can throw down, and then Monday I take my shot again. So I was excited on Sunday to go get a piece of this cake because I was going to take my shot today, and I wasn't going to be able to have any. So there was half the cake left. So I go open the box to the lid on the cake, and the cake had been licked to death. I mean, there was just a little bit on the edge, but it was still licked. Like they got in, like one of these dogs took their nose and opened up the lid to this cake and sideways did a lick job on the cake, right? So I walked in there, I opened it up, and I was devastated, right? Devastated. Now I want to know who did it. I've got 3 dogs, and they're, here goes Lee wanting to put up a camera in my kitchen, right? Like, we don't need a camera in the kitchen. I'm going to figure this out. So I took a special cookie, right? One that I made, special cookie, and I put it on a plate, and I covered it up. And I put a note on there. It's a dog trap. Don't throw it away. Right? I just left the paper plate on top of the paper plate with the cookie on the counter. And I knew I was going to know who did it this morning. And my brother-in-law spent the night last night. He messaged me and said, why was Craig at the bottom of the steps slobbering this morning? Right? And I walk in my son's bedroom and the dog is passed out on the bed. right? Just sleeping it off.
Like, luckily I was awake when
Yeah.
the thing happened.
Yeah,
Because, like, I
so
heard a commotion in the
Cameron
kitchen.
was awake when Craig got into the cookie, so he knew what was coming anyway.
Side note, it wasn't even 5 minutes after we laid down.
Right. And so I know who does it. I now know who is the counter creeper in our home, because Craig and Gemma were fine. They weren't high at all. But Craig stole that cookie and he licked that cake. That's what he did. It was Craig, everybody. It was Craig. Oh, hi, Mike. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you, Mike. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good day. Let's see where Kelly did. Let's see. So being successful is not the focus here, then no, it's not. It should never be. Success comes with everything comes. Self-love comes first. Self-love comes first. Always self-love comes first. Always. Guess what? Love, connection, success, all those things follow. They follow. Your focus is off. Fix your focus. Fix your focus. Oh yeah, cute bras and panties are great. That's a great idea. I do that too. Matching bras, matching panties, get you all up in your feminine energy. I do it all the time. It's great. He doesn't know all that. He just feels the energy of my newfound feminine energy, and he's like, "What is this? What is this?" But I like it. It's like, guess what? I got pink dresses. Two of them. And Saturday, when my mother came over, she said, "Sherry, I'd never catch you dead in pink. Are you dead?" I'm like, nope, I'm more alive than I've ever been. And I like my pink dress. Hi, Angie. I think our society is going through a lot of redefining masculine and feminine. I agree with you, Andrea. I agree with you 100%. We're all coming into the balance. I'm, and it's a struggle. I've got some people who are really struggling with the balance, really struggling with it. So, question. So, what are some things we can do to utilize our divine feminine energy going forward? What does that look and feel like? It can very well start with what I've just said. It can very well start with physical things. It can very well start like if my whole closet was black. It was black t-shirts and black pants, black, black, black. I didn't have anything colored. If it had a color on it, I wasn't wearing it. It was black. Go back and look at our videos. You're not going to catch me much. There was one video I wore a pink shirt and I took it off as soon as the video was over. Couldn't stand it. Yeah, I was uncomfortable in the pink shirt. But I wanted to switch up that energy. I wanted to feel right. And but yeah, very much so. Pink, not pink, but matching bras, matching panties, paint your toenails, right? Um, Anything that you feel will help you get into that feminine state of mind before you find the feminine energy, right? So you start to feel feminine, that energy you're gonna attract that feminine energy. It's gonna feel good. Um, I walk up and down like the makeup aisles and the self-care aisles and things. And what can I get today that's going to be different? That's going to make me feel different. It could be a face scrub. It could be a new eyeliner. It could be a new hair color. It could be a new shirt. It could be an affirmation, right? It could be anything. Looking at your mirror work. Ooh, that was rough. Mirror work was rough. I have a Cricut machine, so I have it cricketed on my mirror, some vinyl, and on my side of the mirror it says, "Sherry, you're looking at the problem." I look at that every morning, right? Every morning. And then sometimes I'll switch it up. You look beautiful today. Sherry, you look beautiful today. Those types of things. And I'm like, okay. Well, the mirror told me I look beautiful today, so I'm going to feel beautiful today. So whatever it is that you do, right? Hot bubble baths, right? I started taking these amazing bubble baths with the jets on, the Calgon and the Epsom salts and the bath bombs and all this cool stuff, and I was just having a blast. And you know who likes to join me in those now? Doing those baths was a wonderful thing because now I have company in there sometimes, and it's not a bad deal. It's not a bad deal. Here to tell you, it's not a bad deal. Um, uh, what it looks and feels like, right? It feels feminine. It feels like a woman. And I've also learned to take I'm still a empowered woman. I'm still a spiritual woman. I'm still very independent and powerful, right? Um, but there are times, right, in the beginning that I would be like, you know what, um, the tires the tire is flat on the car. I'll be able to make it home, but um, and I would fix the tire, right? And now, not so much. Now I'm like, yeah, can you fix my tire for me, right? And he's like, yeah, I can. I'll fix that tire. I'm going to go out and fix the tire, right? And he puts him in a little bit of a masculine role, like, and it puts me in a little bit of a feminine role. Like I've asked for help, and he's helping. And I've learned to. I've learned to. I'm not going back. I'm not going back to suppression, right? I'm just allowing my man to be a man, and I'm accepting that I'm a woman, and I don't need to do some of that stuff, right? I know how and I can, but why, right? I got an amazing man who wants to do it for me, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes before I go. Um, oh, the cake look story is a hot mess. Wore a lot of black and same, no dresses, skirts, etc. Also, no makeup and no music too. That was bigger at this time. Protective things for me to past trauma. Now different. Yes. And a lot of it is past trauma. When we're abused, I'm telling you, we build these walls and they're masculine walls and they're hard to come through. They're hard. And it turns us hard, right? And bitter and bitchy and hard. Just hard. It doesn't feel good in the long run, right? I was actually getting ready to do root camp in March with y'all, but was unexpectedly laid off and had to cancel. I will be reaching out soon. Yes, Kelly, please do. I need to email you for private sessions. Okay. Yeah, yes, you should. Oh my gosh, working with you would be amazing. Um, also, like it's asking them for help, like the rescue. Very similar. Very similar. Lee has an amazing balance of masculine and feminine. He does. He has an amazing. He's got a green thumb. Ladies, he is growing plants, flowers. He's growing. We have a poinsettia we was given a gift at Christmas time, and I can't wait for Christmas. It's going to be huge. We've got green leaves on this thing. It's beautiful. He's taking care of this. He's a lot in his feminine energy. Um, and I was in the beginning taking advantage of that a lot, right? And I was that he was losing the balance and I could see it, right? So yeah, I'm going to ask him for to reach that for me instead of grabbing a chair and getting up there. I'm going to ask him um to do something out in the garage or to change the tire. I don't want to do it, right? I know how to do it. He knows I know how to do it. But they want to feel wanted. I want to feel wanted. Don't you want to feel wanted? Men want to feel wanted. They want to feel needed. If I'm out there changing the tire by myself, how does he feel in here? Right? And yeah, doing those types of things. It's 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 a great balance. I found a great balance. Knew a lady that had all gray sweatshirts and clothes like that. I did reading with her, and the angels told me to tell her to wear pink and baby blue and purple. Perfect. You should see my closet now. It's bursting with color. Bursting with color. I would fix the tire too. Yeah, see? Asking for help is hard for me. I'm learning. Yes. Do build walls, but I told mine to you that mine was like an ice planet in a fortress. Yeah, yeah. Um, I totally get that for sure. Hey, before I go, guys, because Lee and I are going to be getting done at similar times, so I'm not going to stay too awful long. But um, I think I've got 2 spots left in my class for tomorrow night. Um, a situationship class. If you find yourself in a situationship and you just can't get movement, this class is for you. It is for you. We're going to get you unstuck. We're going to get you out of this situationship. We're going to stop listening to the damn excuses. Excuses, for example, would be I'm staying for the kids. We don't want to upset the kids. We're staying till the kids graduate. There's financial reasons why I'm not leaving. If you find yourself waiting on a human being to choose you, this is the class for you, right? If you're waiting to be chosen, this class is for you. Tomorrow night, we're starting. I got 2 spots left. 555. Lee says 555, 55, but 55 cents gets eat up by PayPal anyway. So 555, and you know it's going to be life changing because we're going to start raw and we're going to stay all the way honest and we're going to stay all the way raw. And I'm only taking 6. That means there are only going to be 7 in the class, so we're going to all share, right? We're all going to share. It's super important that we all share our stories, and there's no judgment, no judgment, no judgment. And you know, 25 years, what the? We're no judgment, no judgment, but we're going to get you movement. I don't care if it's been 25 years or 25 days. We're going to get you movement in your situationship. We're going to get you movement. It's super important. Um, I'm the man and woman in my house because there's no one else to do it. But I'd be happy not to have to do it all for sure. For sure, Andrea. And it was hard for me. It was hard for me to ask for help because I can do it myself. Um, it was hard. I can grow flowers. Me and my grandson went, instead of going and spending a bunch of money on these flowers, me and my grandson went to the store and we got a bunch of flower packets and we planted these flowers. And now they're so big and so pretty. And you know what? Planting the flowers made me feel a little feminine. And even though my husband mostly tends to them, um, I want to make this statement before I get off here because this is for the class for tomorrow night. Ladies and gentlemen, I made this statement on one of my live videos before, but it was so impactful. I felt that I need to say it again. I wake up with my twin every single morning. We have coffee, we have conversation, we interact during the day, we go to bed at night together, we do each other's laundry, we clean the house together, we run to the store together, we put gas in our vehicles together, we do fun things together, we make love together, we play together. Physically, we are in union. Thanks, Gemma. She was clapping with her ears. And I promise you, it's possible because I live it. I live it. My twin flame is upstairs finishing up a session with somebody, helping somebody. I'm going to have dinner with my twin flame in a few minutes. Every single night, we have dinner together. We talk. We hold hands. We watch shows together. We do things together because we're in union. And I promise it can happen for you. I can help you get into union, and I'm going to. This class tomorrow night is going to be so impactful. We're going to have the 7 of us are going to have movement like no other. We're going for movement. That's what's important. That's what spirits give me. If spirit's pushing you to join this class, I promise you it will be worth every penny because you're going to get movement. I promise you're going to get movement. And we're going to discuss why you haven't had movement, right? I am in union with my twin, and I want you to be too. Physical union. Physical union. Not a thought, not waiting. We're going to get movement now. And that's what's important. Um, I see what you just wrote there, Salma, and the breadcrumbs is what I'm talking about. Are you happy with one night a week? Are you happy with one phone call a week? Are you happy with um, sleeping together one night a week or two nights a week? Are you happy with him or her just texting back? Are you okay with 3 or 4 days with no contact and then all of a sudden when they need you, they pop up? Are you tired of being a mistress and a side chick? And those words are harsh, but are they true? Are they true? Look inside yourself and see, are they true? And if you think they're true, if you feel they're true, get in this class tomorrow night. I promise you it's going to be life changing. We also have the spiritual classes on Wednesdays and Thursdays, and I do medium reading on in the first part of the class where people's families stepping in. I'm reading, giving them messages, and then every single one of the people in the class get a card reading from both decks. And if you're here in the group and you're in our classes, let everybody know how oh, these dogs. Let everybody know how it's going or how it went, because we had one that finished. And they're super powerful, super powerful. They're 5 weeks, 5 courses.
Outside.
And Cameron's trying to get the dogs outside because
Gemma,
they're
let's
just
go.
acting stupid. And I think it's the energy. I'm sure it's the energy in here because I'm so hyped about these classes. I'm doing sexual abuse root camp still. So if you've been sexually abused and you really need to go in and you really need to pull some stuff out and you really need to understand why, I promise you it's hindering your life if you're not looking at these things. I'm also doing the what I'm calling divine feminine explosion is tomorrow night because it's women only. Women only in this divine feminine explosion situationship. We're gonna get movement in. That's tomorrow night. The spiritual classes, we're starting a brand new one on Wednesday. We got one on Thursday. I think it's full. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it's full. So we're going to be starting a new one on Wednesdays. And Lee's down. Lee's offering Lee's here. Root camp
777.
777. Root
7.
camp 7 sessions.
Yep. It's only limited to the end of the month.
Only till the end of the month.
Yep.
So if you want to do that, we're gonna calm these dogs down for acting like all the energy is just yeah. They're very busy. They're very busy. So like let me answer this. My dad and twin came around last time, y'all. Yeah. Oh yeah, I do remember how. Oh, I love doing those medium readings, y'all. Y'all don't get it. Like these people are coming in with details that I couldn't possibly know unless they told me. I mean, it's just so powerful. I just love it. I love watching them together in videos. There's nothing like it. Yeah, we have a blast. Can I play with Can I? Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. I do believe you can. Andrea, send us an email and we'll figure that out tonight and we'll figure it out. So yeah, I believe you certainly can. And I'll have Lee figure that out, but I do know that we accept that. Yeah, maybe in the checkout you can, but I'll figure it out and let you know. My dad and twin, yes, for the class only had one so far, but excited for more. Oh, the classes are so fun. Yeah, because I don't think I have one close. I just did a medium reading this morning. I do happen to have it right here. So I did a medium reading this morning, and if you don't know how I do my work, I do a lot of doodling, right? This may not mean anything to you because there's a bunch of mess on here. It's just a bunch of doodling. This circle here actually meant something. So it was pretty prominent, but normally I'll write down names that spirit's given me, but I always cover them up. And it's just something that I've always done. And there are signs and symbols. I don't know if you can see, like, there was sort of a symbol there, and there was sort of a line here, and there was a few names, and I'll be like, okay, who is this person? Who is that person? And they'll tell me who that is. And so I've got these laying all over my house. I got to clean them up. But I've done a lot of medium readings in the last week or so. So it's really cool. I did one this morning. So if you want to get in on a medium reading, some people have me send them to them. I don't know why. It's just a bunch of doodling, but I don't know why. So, but I love you guys. Thanks for watching. My twin is physically here. He just walked outside to have dinner with me. And he chooses me every single day, and I choose him. And that's what's most important for you. Is if you're waiting, we're going to get movement. We're going to get movement. These classes, powerful. There's only going to be 6 women plus me makes 7. 6 women, and we're going to discuss this waiting and situationship and putting up with this bullshit and taking crumbs. No more. It's time to move on. So we love you so much. We're going to get dinner, and we will I'm sure we'll be back soon, right? Let's get you movement tomorrow night, 5:55. Let's go. Talk to you soon. Send us an email, relationshipreinvent@gmail.com. Andrea, do that, and we're going to work that out. And if you're wanting to join the class, I think there's 2 spots left. So if you want to join the class, you better get in on it. Let me know after this class. I'll make sure we check the email real quick, so we can get the first 2 who's interested in the class. Love you guys. See you next week. If not before, I'll probably see you before, because I'm really enjoying doing these lives, and I'm getting a lot out of it too, just as much as you are. So, but thank you very much for watching. And I want you to have dinner with your twin, just like I'm about to do, and I can get you there, right? It can happen. I promise. Bye now.